All right, this is my alpha build for Frog. Um, so I have the core like loop implemented. For some reason, these are foliage, but they're not necessarily loading. That doesn't matter. It's still the way it is. Yeah. So let's go. We'll start with the sounds that I've implemented. Um, I have for the little spit makes like a little squish sound. Sorry, the sound I have for the game is probably turned up quite loud, just simply because I want to make sure that it's audible. Um, and that's just I can turn that down in my OBS or whatever. And then I have a sound implemented for the the tongue whenever it sticks to something. This makes another little squish that's a little different from the spit. And it's all directional too, so I'll show you. So I have, say for example, I go to do that. It's all left ear. And then this. Oh, might have been this. All right ear. Um, yeah. So I have a couple things that I've been working on. So as here's a little permanent upgrade thing. So this is boots up this widget and we spend croaks, which you technically wouldn't necessarily start with 5 from the get-go, but I have starting from 5 right now. Um, and you can spend these to whatever the cost is to then upgrade. So like I could upgrade my base health, I could upgrade my base attack speed, and so on. So let's just upgrade my attack a little bit, just to make this a little bit easier. I'll upgrade my health. Yeah. Um, then these are random upgrades, which are temporary upgrades, so it's not going to be permanent like those are. But yeah, so let's go ahead. That's probably loud. So these are just like some basic like ground enemies. They'll come up to you, and they'll. I'm not sure if I have them set up to hit the player yet, but kill those. You'll go around, find all these enemies. So the spit will slow them down while they're in it. Is neat. Also, the tongue grab, it'll deal damage on hit. So the spit does too. But the tongue will deal damage on hit, and you can pull yourself to that point somewhere. There he is. And currently, I have like 9 rounds implemented. And then after each final enemy dies, it'll drop a temporary upgrade. So this is like a size up. Increase your primary size by 20%, for example. That's the current size. A little bit bigger. It's 20%, so it's not that noticeable from the get-go. Go up and start a new round. Oh, and so we can spend some of our XP here. That's another sound that I have implemented. It's that little vending machine sound. We get a move speed up a little bit faster. I might change that noise. I don't know if I like it. I made it for one of the projects or one of the assignments, but I don't know if I'll end up using that in the long run. So these guys, these little red guys, they are little flying dudes. And they drop 2 XP per kill. You can hit them with the spit too, like the thing. But yeah, they're neat. I'm gonna tweak the health and stuff. I still have quite a bit of work to do, like in actually balancing the game out. Another size up, nice. Um, yeah. Go ahead and. So there's 7 different power-ups that you can get. There's attack, there's size, there's length. That'll actually determine how far your little thing shoots out. There's movement speed, max health, upgrade. I'm not sure. That might have been all. I don't really know. So these guys are a little different. These guys shoot these little tracking orbs at you. Once they get within a certain range, start shooting them at you. It does like 5 damage per. Oh, and then the last one is health healing increase. So it increases how much you heal when you're out of combat. It's like you get hit and then basically you take the damage, the 5 damage. And the more he hits you, the more it'll go down, of course. So there's 2 dudes. And if you stay out of combat for about 5 seconds, maybe closer to 10, you'll start to heal back up. 3 ticks per 5 seconds. And so, yeah, kill some of these. Little red dudes, once they like get close to you, they'll just track you and deal damage as they hit you. Like for example, it takes a second, but once they collide with you for a second, I think they'll deal damage. Yeah, fairly quickly. Last dude over here. I'm not going to go through all the rounds. I just want to show you kind of how it all plays out. And so I'm just getting size up for me. Yeah. We'll go through one more round. Actually, I want to get to round 5 because I think that has the first elite enemy in it. And the grapple's fun because you can, once you hit the grapple on an enemy, you can keep pulling yourself to basically where they died. Well, if you don't miss like I just did. There's still like, I still have a little bit more ambition when it comes to items you can pick up. As of right now, all the pickups are like temporary upgrades. I would love to get it to the point where they're not just temporary upgrades and it's something unique. So for example, like if I had upgrades that would um, send out multiple punches instead of just one. Or like something that allowed that to pierce through enemies instead of just hit one target at a time. I'd love to have like something that like reduce cooldowns. Oh my gosh, there's just a trail of these dudes. That's where they all are. So yeah, there's more that I'd like to do. I think I might need to tweak something in the blueprint there, but for the most part, everything's working how I want it to. I think the next round is the first one to include the elite enemy. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, so this guy's an elite enemy. He doesn't have eyes or anything, but he's big. He has a lot of health points, but once you kill him, or I guess you probably should have more than that. That's pretty easy. Once you kill him, you actually get croaks, which you can spend on permanent upgrades. So I only got one there, but I mean I can spend that to upgrade my attack speed a little bit. And the further you go, the more elite enemies will spawn. which therefore you can spend that money, get more permanent upgrades, therefore you can deal more damage in the long run, and you can uh, get, the, get through the game easier. Whole point of like roguelites, right? And then in the background, you might be able to hear it a little bit. I just have an ambient loop using meta sounds. It's the same one we did for that, or I did for that assignment. Um, it's using, I switched out, there's a dog barking one. I switched out the dog barking just because it didn't fit the game well. So now it's just two different bird chirps and then like a little stick break sound, just to kind of get not so boring. Yeah, I think something might be wrong with. I'll have to double check on that, how it gives out the prize at the end. I keep getting the size up one. It should be pulling from the whole array. Um, but yeah, that's the current state of this game. So again, these are all the sounds I had. I had the splat. I had the little splat right there. I had the dispenser noise, which I can't do because I don't have enough XP right now. And then I have like the foghorn starting a new round. Once you die, it'll pop up like a death screen, and then you'll then move on, or then you'll get to like restart. Once you get to past round 10, then you'll win the game technically. All right, thanks for watching.